was on Twitter a lot. That, like, in those years of my life, like, it was like high school, I would always be on Twitter. Like I said before in my previous videos, I'm a huge Dodger fan. So I was on like baseball Twitter, I guess you could call it. So I was on baseball Twitter, and I followed this guy. Like, my fiance's name is John. I think on Twitter he had another name, like, pertaining to the team he likes, but I guess I was following him. I don't even know how it happened. But I would, like, see his tweets and stuff. I never really talked to him, just because I was, like, talking to other people, and, like, he wasn't a fan of the same team I was a fan of, but we still followed each other. Like, I don't know why. I literally don't know how it happened. We just started following each other, right? In, like, 2014, I tweeted about the SATs, and, like, how they were difficult, or, like, I don't even know what I said. Something stupid, probably, because I was like a junior or senior in high school. So I tweeted about the SATs, like how I'm studying for them, or how they're hard, or something like that. And he responded to me with some bullshit, probably like, yeah, they're so hard, or when are you taking them, or I think something like that, like something in response to my SAT tweet. Anyways, we had a conversation, and that was that. Like, we followed each other on Twitter for a while, and I never talked to him, like, just barely in passing, whatever. So in 2019, I was scrolling on Twitter. I was in, like, the middle of a situationship, and I saw my now fiance's picture on Twitter, and I was like, oh, this guy's cute. Maybe I should message him, because I was in, like, a bad place with my situationship, and I don't know, I just wanted to message him, right? So I'm like, okay, maybe I should just message him. Little side note, from like 2016 or 17 to like 2019, I did not go on Twitter that much. Like, I would not be on Twitter a lot. I was in college, I was enjoying my time, but like in high school, I was on Twitter all the time. And yeah, anyway, that was a side note. But I saw his picture in 2019, like in June. I think it was like June. I don't know. Actually, I don't even know when it was. It was sometime in 2019. I saw his picture. I'm like, dang, this guy's cute. I like his smile. I think he's cute. So I messaged him. Like, I think it was like a GIF. Yeah, I say GIF. It was like a GIF of like a baseball player sliding into a base or something, like smooth. Real smooth. Anyways, I didn't even say anything. I just sent like a GIF. And then he replied with like another GIF of like, I think a baseball player saying hi, right? And then we just kind of talked from there. We obviously had never met each other in real life. Like, we just followed each other on Twitter for a long time because we both liked baseball. But I think before I had never really seen his picture, and then like randomly I saw his tweet and I was like, maybe I should message him. So I did, and then anyway, I sent that GIF, he sent one back, and then we like kind of started talking like as friends, of course, just like getting to know each other. Like asking, playing 20 questions probably. This was like, I was like, I don't even know how old I was in 2019. I was like 21 or something. I don't know. Yeah, I think 21. Anyway, so we were talking, just like friendly. I can tell like his persona on his Twitter was like pretty outgoing. He was funny. He had good tweets sometimes, and like he was really funny, which is another reason that I decided to reach out, because obviously that's important. And then I found out this man is 6'4". I was like, okay, I'm in. Count me in. I'm a really tall person. I'm 5'10", negotiated back and forth. I ended up going to Vegas with my friends, like, during the time that we were talking. And, like, he did not want to have anything to do with me during that time. Like, he was like, go, have fun. Like, you can text me when you get back. At this time, I was, like, just doing my thing with, you know, like I said, I was in a situationship, so it wasn't anything like that at first. Like, we were strictly friends, right? And then, anyway, we talked for a little bit. I went to Vegas. He kind of backed off. We stopped talking for a little, and then we, like, made plans to meet, right? Because, like, we had been talking on and off for, like, a month. It was, like, the beginning of July at this point. I think we were talking, like I said, on and off for, like, a month. And, we were like, we should meet, right? But, like, I lived in the Bay Area for college, and he lived in San Diego at home, which is so far. It's like driving, it's like 8 or 9 hours. That's without traffic. So, like, with traffic, it was, like, insanity. But I'm originally, obviously, from LA, which is where I live now, and which is, like, way closer to San Diego. So I went home one weekend, and he somehow got us tickets to a Dodgers-Padres game, which, like, is perfect, obviously, because he likes the Padres and I like the Dodgers. So we ended up meeting at a game, and we were sitting, like, hella close to, like, hella close to first base. We were, like, almost on the field, like, really close. And these seats that this always cracks me up. These seats that we got, were, like, all you can eat. Like, it was a buffet, right? And you can order to your seat. You can, like, go into, like, their little club and eat. It's called, like, the Dugout Club. So these seats were all you can eat. We met at the stadium, like, probably an hour and a half before first pitch, and it was, like, a day game, because it was a Sunday, I think, or I don't know, but it was a day game. So we met early, and, like, the first time we met, like, we saw each other, and it was so awkward. Like, we gave each other, like, a little side hug, and it was so awkward. Like, yeah, I'm not typically, like, a really awkward person, but, like, in that moment, there's kind of, like, a build-up, you know, and it was awkward. It was awkward. We gave each other a side hug, like I said, and then we walked into the stadium. We sat in our seats, and we're like, okay, let's go get something to eat, because, like, it's a buffet. Like, why would we not eat? And lo and behold, I barely ate anything, because I was, like, super nervous, and he wasn't eating anything, and I'm like, why the fuck are you eating? Sorry, my cat made a super loud noise, so I had to check what she was doing. Anyway, like I said, we got there early. We went to the Dugout Club to eat something, and, like, he was not eating. So, like, I felt like I couldn't eat. Like, it was just so awkward. He's, like, a really shy person, I've come to find out, in general. So, like, I know that he was, like, so overwhelmed that first day. Like, now knowing him, like, I cannot imagine what was going through his brain. I'm, like, a little more outgoing than he is, so, like, I just can't imagine. Like, it's so funny to think about now. But anyway, we went to the Dugout Club, and he wasn't eating, and I wanted to eat a hot dog so bad, or I don't even know what. I think we had, like, breakfast. It was kind of early, so we ate that, but it was, like, barely any. And I'm like, okay, let's go to the seats. So we went to the seats, and we had a good time. Honestly, it was a little awkward, obviously, because it's, like, the first time meeting someone that you talk to online for a while. So that was that. But I did get really sunburned on my arms, because it was, like, hot outside, and I didn't put any sunscreen on, because I just felt awkward. Like, the whole thing was awkward. Like, not bad awkward, just, like, first meeting kind of nervous awkward. So yeah, that happened. So we sat through the whole game. We talked a lot, and there was a guy sitting next to us, he started to like me a lot. And then, like I said, I was in a situationship, and like I lived so far from him, and it just like I just didn't think it was gonna work out just because of our distance. Like I was planning, I think, on moving back to LA after my last semester of college, which was like that semester. I basically had like 6 more months of college left, and I liked him, and I just didn't think like the distance would be good, and I kind of thought we were really different from each other. Like he grew up very religious and I didn't, and like he was really quiet and I'm not, and like it was just like a really different dynamic than I was used to. So I had to get used to it. Like we were kind of friends for a while, and then like I would start to like him and he liked me, so like we would flirt, and then it would kind of like put it to a stop because we're like, what are we doing? Like this isn't, I live so far, blah blah blah, like who really knows what we wanted. Anyway, I ended up moving back to LA in that after I graduated that winter from college. I moved back to LA, and obviously we started hanging out a lot more. At that point he had met my family. Like he came to a wedding with me in Lake Tahoe, which was insane. Like that was insane. Like that, I saw my dad smoke weed in front of me for the first time, and that means he smoked in front of him for the first time, obviously. And like it was just like insane. Like my family's insane, and like now that I see compared to his family, he's probably like, what the fuck is going on? Like this is crazy. I have 2 sisters, and my dad like is a pretty chill guy. Obviously if he's smoking weed in front of people, so yeah, it was like chaos, and he's probably like so scared after that. And yeah, and also he looked really different than he does now. I'm gonna put like a before and after picture of him to see like the girlfriend glow up, fiance glow up, because I like did a number. Anyways, he was cute, but like he changed a lot since we started dating, which was also like 5 years ago. But anyway, so I moved back home, and then we started hanging out more. He was doing work for Bally Sports, so we would go to like sporting events together because he got free tickets. This was like right before the pandemic started, and I started to really like him, like out of nowhere. I liked him before, but I just didn't know if it was gonna work out, right? Like I was a little skeptical, and I really liked his personality. I liked talking to him. Like he was a really nice guy, but yeah, I didn't know. And then like that January, February of like 2020, I was like, I kind of like this guy. He really grew on me, and like we started hanging out a lot more, like I said. And then I was like, cool, let's date. So I was like, he was like, I don't know if he's gonna watch this, but he was like low-key waiting for me to say that I'm ready to date him, because I know he really liked me. But I was like, one day in like February, I was like, just so you know, like I'm ready. and then he was like, okay, let's date. Like that minute, and I'm like, okay. So on February 29th in 2020, we officially started dating, and it's been like that ever since. And it's funny because it's a leap year, which is really cool. It's like a unique anniversary date. But I don't remember what I was gonna say. Anyway, we started dating February 29th, but we were long distance because he lived in San Diego, like I said, and I lived in LA, which was like during the pandemic. It was like so easy. It was like a 2-hour drive, and like I said, we kind of started dating like right when the pandemic happened, so it was nice. Not the pandemic, but like the traffic going from San Diego to California, what the fuck? From San Diego to LA, it would take like 2 hours. Like I would get there so fast, and he would get to me so fast. We hung out like probably twice a month, like on the weekends. He would come to my house, or I would go to his house. And then eventually we moved in together in like June of 2021, because my parents sold their house and they were moving like an hour away. So I was like, hey, want to move in with me and my sister, my little sister? And then he moved in with us, much to his parents' chagrin. And yeah, the rest is history. We've been living together ever since in LA. He like found a home, like he's found his home here. He has a job here. He's friends with a lot of my friends, and yeah, I guess that's like the story of my fiance and I. We got engaged in August of 2023, and it was such a beautiful engagement in San Diego. I'm trying to show you my ring. I know that you guys have probably seen it, but this is the ring. Don't mind my nails, like they're crusty. They're crusty. I'm getting them done tomorrow, but that's the ring. It's kind of beautiful. It's exactly what I wanted, to be honest, but anyways, we got engaged. It was such a surprise. It was like the most beautiful moment of my life. Like, legitimately, I was so shocked. My friends and I were like supposed to be going on a girls' trip, and like I was fully thinking it was a girls' trip. My fiance was like, oh, I have to work on Saturday, blah blah blah, whatever. He's like telling me about all this stuff about work. I'm like, oh dang, well, I'm going on a girls' trip, see you later. So we went to San Diego on a girls' trip, and we got like an Airbnb, and like my friends knew all along and I had no idea. And so I went with like 4 friends. It was me and 4 friends that went. And then I show up to this place, like they're driving me to my engagement. I show up to this place, like this, it's like a little lookout spot on Coronado Island in San Diego. And my friends are like, oh, the restaurant's over here. So I'm like, okay, I've been here before with my fiance. Actually, we biked around there once. So I was like, I've been here, I don't think there's a restaurant, but like, okay, I had no idea. And then we were walking, and my friend was behind me, like recording me. And like we're walking up to this place, and I see somebody standing there with roses, but like, you think I was fully expecting him to be there? Like, no, girl, I had no idea. So anyway, I look and I'm like, where's the restaurant? I turn around, I'm like, where's the restaurant? I don't see the restaurant, and I fully saw this person standing there. I just like didn't register with me that it was him. And he's like standing there with roses, and there's like a rose heart on the ground, and like a sign that says marry me with like, I think they're called like, it's like the light up letters or whatever. So he's standing there, and I turn around and I'm like I don't see the restaurant. I'm such a dumbass. And my friend's like, girl, turn around. So I turn around and I'm like, okay, well, obviously something's here. So I'm like looking, and I'm like, I was legitimately shocked. Like, this man pulled off the shock of a century. I had no idea that he even got a ring. I had no idea that any of this was planned. Like, literally shocked. I was like, I turned around to my friend. I'm like, no fucking way. And she's like, go, girl, go, go, go. She's like pushing me to go, and it was amazing. I kept walking. There I see the photographer. She's taking pictures of me. I fully wasn't expecting this to happen. And I look to my left, and I see like my sisters, my mom, my other friends that didn't come on the trip with us. And it was like the most amazing moment of my life. Truly, like, it was beautiful and magical, and like I couldn't have asked for it to be any other way. Anyways, I went on a tangent, but we got engaged, and now we're getting married, and that's crazy. And I never thought that I would be the first person in my friend group to get married, but I think I am going to be, so that's crazy. And yeah, I'm sure that one day he'll be on this channel, but that is like the story of how I met him, and like our story briefly. And yeah, I know subscribe, and I am going to try to post 2 videos a week. I'm not sure if I can keep that promise, but that's my goal, especially coming into the new year. I want to make 2 videos a week because I enjoy making them. It's just finding the time to edit them and like all that stuff. It's just so tedious, but